Hey everyone, today I want to make a quick video on MCP, and I think it's really important because MCP, everybody has been talking about MCP this, MCP that, the future of AI is MCP is the next big thing. And it took me a while to understand what MCP is. So like you already heard, it's like the USB, you just connect like a USB and you have access to everything. And for me, it just didn't click. So I wanted to show you when the click was made for me, and I'm going to show you especially with 11 Labs, because I think that voice agent, that's the future. I think that all of the apps are going to be voice enabled just because it's way easier to talk with somebody than it is to type something. And so, for instance, I don't type anymore. I just have an app called Super Whisper, and I just tell everything to the AI, and I mean, everything is easier with voice. The point being, I'm going to show you how MCP works. Hopefully you'll get it as well, and you'll be able to implement it in your solution. I'll be using 3 tools. I'll be using 11 Labs, I'll be using PipeDream, if you haven't heard of it. And no, actually that's it. And then I'll choose one application, maybe, I don't know, Google Drive or Gmail, so you can understand the difference. And we'll also talk about N8N. If you don't know me, my name is Carlo. I'm a head of Gen AI consultant. And yeah, let's do it. So I want to talk specifically about 11 Labs because they just released the MCP feature, which made it perfect for me. It makes perfect sense for me to explain to you and show you how MCP really works. So if you just choose run random agent, actually we can create an agent together. We can create a new agent, and let's choose a personal assistant because that's pretty neat. So you choose a personal assistant, you have templates. By the way, if you choose business agent, you have another, so many different options. And all of these are templates. Basically, it means that the prompt is pre-written for you. But let's go with a personal agent, and we'll go for maybe either a personal assistant or a task manager. Let's go with a task manager, and he's Jim, and he's my personal assistant to schedule meetings, book meetings, and send Slack messages. Amazing. All right, so you create the agent, takes about 5 seconds, and it's here. So now, having an agent today that doesn't have any tools basically doesn't make any sense, right? You want to give him tools. And the tools is what's going to enable your agent to do stuff on your behalf. If it's to book meetings, read out your mail and send out messages. So how do you create tools? So originally, we wanted to create let's say an N8N or a make.com workflow. So with make.com, we have all of these scenarios here. We can connect it to Monday, and I'll show you it's exactly the same on N8N. Let's be very specific. All right, Gmail. So Gmail. And now we're getting to understand what's the difference between MCP and tools that you build on Make or N8N. When you build a tool on Make or N8N, so you need to choose either to add a label to a message or get many messages. For instance, if you want to ask your 11 Labs agent, hey, what are my unread messages for today? So you would do get many messages, and you would add a filter, and the read status would be probably unread emails only, limit 50, and let's see if it works. But that will give you here. So you have all of my emails that are unread. And then I can say, I can add a AI agent on top of it and say, look, I'll attach a note, but I'll say, hey, out of all of these messages you're seeing, we probably have to aggregate them first. But out of all of these you're seeing, give me a brief resume and send it on Slack. So that would be one tool, a great tool. So every day you can trigger every day for someone to send you away. Yeah, I'm here. For everyone to send you every day a message with all of your unread messages. That would be a great tool. Where does MCP come in? Now, with MCP, we're not going to build out tools. We're not going to do tools because you might want to say, come in MCP, and I'll show you on 11 Labs. You don't need to build the tools here. Add a webhook tool where you connect, you would call it send a message, a Gmail message, you would post it because you want to post the message, and you would add the URL, this webhook URL, and you would paste it here in 11 Labs. And then you would add the headers or the body parameters, like what does he need to pass into the message. And then he would create a message. Probably you would add an AI agent to really craft a great message as well. So that's the long way to do it. It's possible, but you're very limited. Come in PipeDream, come in MCP Server. Here you have on 11 Labs custom MCP servers. And you can add a server, and we'll call it Gmail, for instance. Basically, what you're seeing here is that you need to put in a URL, okay? So now I'll show you the difference between a tool and an MCP server. You head over to PipeDream. It's pipedream.com. And you sign up, takes 5 clicks. You sign up with your Google account, and then you do something, and then you search for PipeDream MCP. It's the domain is MCP, so .pipedream.com, email. All right. So here you're seeing basically all of the tools on the right side that are available. So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. When you're building a tool for an AI, you really have to explain to the AI how things are working. You need to explain to the AI when to use this tool for, how does this tool work, what are the parameters in order to function it well. MCP does that already for you. It has already all of the explanation. Everything is already pre-explained. Everything is there. And you're seeing all of these client-specific instructions. We're going to skip that. We're going to make it way easier. We're going to connect our account. I'm not sure if it's already connected, but it's super simple. We use PipeDream to connect your account, connect instantly, connect securely. You press continue. You choose an account you want to connect. You press continue. You select all. You scroll down and you press continue. From here on out, you've connected your account. So the only thing you need to do right now is connect and add this to 11 Labs. And what's groundbreaking? You now don't have to add tools for each of these services. You don't have to add a tool to list labels. You don't have to add a tool to send an email. You don't have to add a tool to archive an email. You don't have to add a tool to draft an email. All of these tools are already available just through this link. So all you need to do right now, once you've added the server, press Gmail and save. Now it takes a while before the account is operational. I've set a tool approval mode to always ask. That's just for the beginning to make sure, I have some human in the loop. And I want to test it out with you. Hey, can you send an email to info@carlorubins.com?
I can certainly help you with that. What should be the subject of the email? And what message would you like to send to info@carlorubins.com?
Send the subject would be buy ice cream, and the content of the email should be chocolate and vanilla.
I've sent the email to info@carlorubins.com with the subject buy ice cream and the content chocolate and vanilla. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Please don't hesitate to ask if you need anything else. Have a great day.
Buy ice cream, chocolate and vanilla. So now, I want you to imagine for a second how easy it is now to, let's say, have like a personal assistant that can book you meetings, you connect it with the Google Calendar, he sends email, he retrieves your messages. Let's have a look at all of the possibilities. I hope that now you're getting the differences between building a tool and MCP servers. So you have, for each of these tools on send email, for instance, it has already all of the settings. It has everything it needs to perform this operation successfully. So let's see everything you can do. I mean, you can connect anything. You can connect Google Drive. So you can say, share a file or delete a file or, upload. This is all, think about the possibilities. Slack messages, send a message to Michael saying, I'll be 5 minutes late to our meeting today. Yeah, sure. That sends it. Finds a member. It can do anything. If you're working with HubSpot, like find me like the name of a client or send me the email of a person. The possibilities are endless because for every service, like if I connect my LinkedIn, you can create maybe a simple post for an organization. My thought is like this. I'm a big procrastinator. I tell myself I will do stuff, and ultimately I'm not doing the stuff for whatever reason. Okay. This is actually what I'm building right now, is that I want to have every morning a meeting with my personal assistant let's say 10 a.m., start the day. I want to have a list of things like, here are all of your unread messages, or here are the burning things you need to address. Here's your plan for today. And I'm like, okay, add this to my task list, reach out to this guy regarding this issue, do this, do that. And the magic of NCP, and every one of those actions, the 43 actions, would be a different tool, a different process. Now you just integrate, you connect your account and you integrate it, and you have everything. I hope that now you're getting a bit more about what's MCP, what it can do for you, for your clients, if you're an agency. I think it's gonna be huge, especially if you combine it with voice agents. I mean, you're gonna do wonders. Yeah, it's groundbreaking. Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I always love connecting with people who are working on AI solutions. So feel free to hop on my website, send me an email, we can connect. And I hope this has been helpful.